Building full-sized farms can take up a decent amount of time, so instead I'm going to show you how to build 3 micro farms that can all be built in less than 5 minutes. First up, we have the automatic fish farm, and for this you are going to need 1 chest, 1 hopper, 1 note block, 1 iron trapdoor, 1 wooden fence, 1 sign, 1 water bucket, 1 pressure plate, and then of course a fishing rod. The first thing you do is you want to dig 3 blocks out horizontally like this, and then you want to dig out 2 more like so, leaving a kind of step system going there. And then on this lower edge here you place your chest down. Then you want to move around to the other side, grab your hopper, and then shift click into the side of the chest like that. And then jump into the hole here, and you want to place the note block on the raised block over on that side. Then on top of this you want an iron trapdoor, but you need to shift click because just clicking here makes notes and you don't want that. So shift and click the iron trapdoor like so. And then you want to do the same thing here, shift click on top of the hopper with the fence, and then place the sign onto that fence like that. From here you use your water bucket on the fence so you fill that block with water, and then you place the pressure plate on top of the fence, and that is this farm completed. It should look a little something like this, and the way this works is you stand on top of the chest, and then you want to look at the lower half of the trapdoor here, throw out your line, and just hold down the right mouse button so you're constantly trying to use the note block. And eventually what will happen is when something grabs hold of the bobber, it will pull it down far enough away, like so, from the pressure plate's hitbox that it deactivates, the trapdoor comes down, you throw in the line, and then the item you picked up ends up in the chest. In this case, we got ourselves a pufferfish. And you can just keep doing that. You can hold down right click endlessly until your fishing rod breaks. And it's a great way to get a bunch of fish early on in the game. Now, word of note, you are not going to be able to get any treasure items doing this. You will only get fish and junk items, but it's going to be a great early game food source. The next micro farm I have for you is the automatic crop farm. And for this, you're going to need 2 sticky pistons, 1 stairs, 1 water bucket, 1 block of dirt, 3 dispensers, 8 redstone dust, 2 observers, and 1 lever. You're also going to need, once this is finished, at least 3 stacks of bone meal and a small amount of crop items. They could be carrots, potatoes, wheat seeds, or beetroot seeds. This farm will not work, however, for melons or pumpkins. To start with, you're going to want to dig down 3 blocks like this, and then place your first sticky piston at the very bottom, facing upwards like so. Next, you want to dig out this block here and place the stairs facing in the other direction, so it's got the gap on this side. Place the water bucket there so that it becomes waterlogged, and then you want to place your dirt block right next to that, and then till it with your hoe to turn it into farmland. Once that's done, you want to grab your dispensers and you want to place them 1, 2, and 3 like this, so they're all pointing in towards that dirt block there. And then you want to grab your redstone dust, come around the back of the dispensers, and then shift click on top of this one here, down to there, up to here, down here, and then the 5th one on top of that dispenser like so. And then you want to dig down 1 block here, 2 blocks here, and then 1 block on this side for now. And you want to dig out that block as well, and 1 below it, so you can see the sticky piston there. And then at this point, you want to place down your last 3 redstone dust like so. Whilst you're here, dig down 2 more blocks, switch to your observers, and place one like this, so the dot is facing downwards like that, and then you can just tower your way out. Don't worry about the redstone, because observers do not block redstone trails, which is very useful in this situation. Next, you want to grab your last observer and place it on the ground like that, so the red dot is facing skywards. Then you want to grab your second sticky piston, place it like that so that it's pointing towards the observer, and then grab your lever and place it next to the piston, and that is all built. All you need to do at this stage is place your bone meal into each of the dispensers, and before you activate this, you have to make sure that this tile here is watered, that it's turned the darker color for the soil. Once it has, you can turn on the machine like so. That's just a loose piece of dirt that was there when we were digging things out. And at this point, you're not using bone meal. It doesn't get used unless there's something here that you can use it on. And once this machine is going, you just look at the dirt, and then it might not work the first time because you've got to get the timing just right, but generally speaking, you just hold right click. Like then, that didn't work first time. There you go, get it right. And then you have instantly growing crops that will just keep going until you run out of bone meal. And as you can see in the hotbar, we're getting quite a lot in a very short amount of time. And this will just keep going now, as long as I hold the right mouse button until the bone meal is all used up, which should get me, I think, almost 3 stacks. Yeah, there we go. That one's empty, that one's empty, that's still got some in it, but that's the micro crop farm. And the third micro farm that I have for you today is the automatic wall farm. For this, you will need a chest, 1 hopper, 2 powered rails, 6 regular rails, 1 block of redstone, a hopper minecart, 4 observers, 4 redstone dust, 4 dispensers, and 21 blocks of glass. And once this is all built, you're going to need at least 4 shears, and then either a lead or a wheat, whichever is your preferred method of leading sheep around. For this one, you're going to want to dig a 3x3 area out in the ground, and you want to do this for 2 layers. So we're doing the first layer right now, and as soon as we're done with this, we're going to immediately dig out the second layer. And then once this is done, you need to decide which way you're going to have your collection system deposit the wool into the chest. In my case, I'm going to choose this way. So I'm going to dig out these 2 blocks here, these 2 blocks like that, and then we're going to make a small step system up to the surface so we have a way of getting out afterwards. And I'm going to place the chest at the bottom of the steps here, and then move back into the hole we dug, and shift click the hopper into the back of the chest. Once that's done, we need to change to our powered rails and place 1 on this side and 1 over on this side. Grab our regular rails and then shift click on top of the hopper like that. And then just place the rails around the outside of the hole here like that. Move over to the stairs here, and then place the block of redstone right in the center. This will power both of the rails on either side. We then place our hopper minecart in one of the corners, give it a small push, and then that will just continue moving round and round, and we can move to the top side portion of this farm. Now for this, you want to use as much dirt as you need. Depending on where you build this, you need to make sure that you have a grass block on the flat edge center of each side. So this one here, this one here, this one here, and then this one here. Those 4 need to be grass blocks. And then with that done, you can place some more dirt blocks like so to make a plus symbol in the middle there. This is so that there is a way for grass to move over to the next block, just to make sure that these blocks on the edges here have ways to regrow the grass. Once you've done that, you want to grab your observers and you want to place them facing this block here or this block here. So the way you do it is the arrows on the top are pointing outwards, like so. And you want to do that in a circle around the outside like this. You want to make sure that they are pointing in different directions, mainly so that they are looking, because the side with the larger end of the triangle is the side that the face is on, and that needs to be facing towards one of these 4 blocks here. With that done, switch to your redstone dust, and you want to place the redstone on the same side where the arrow is pointing, because that's where the red dot is going to be facing towards. So 1 there, 1 here, 1 here, and then 1 here. With that done, change to your dispensers, and you want to place them facing away from the redstone dust, like this. And you repeat that for all 4 corners, like so. Like that. And then with that done, you want to grab your glass, place a temporary block in the middle, like that. Put a glass block on top of that one. Get rid of that block. That's going to get picked up by the hopper minecart. That's fine. Then you want to shift click some more glass blocks on top of the 4 dispensers. And then with that done, you need to just make a glass surround all around the outside of the area, so it looks like this when it is finished. At this point, all you need to do now is to make a staircase up to the top here, and then find a sheep, and then lead it into the middle. Now, personally, I prefer using wheat because I think you get a little bit more control over it, weirdly, but that's just my personal preference. If you want to use a lead, you can. It makes absolutely 0 difference. The main thing you need to do is convince the sheep to come up onto the top with you, and then just kind of gently lead it over one of the holes. And you might need to push it a little bit sometimes to get it to fall in, but it's easy enough to do. And then you just need to do that 3 more times, just like so. And once you have all 4 sheep in their containers, you have a bit of a choice to make. You can either collect a bunch of white wool if you have white sheep in there. You'll notice I did have 1 grey one in there as well. Or if you want to, you can take this opportunity to turn them into different colors. In this case, we're going to turn 1 yellow and 1 blue, purely because these were the only colors that were close at hand. Might have been able to find a red flower if I would have looked long enough. But now we're going to empty the dirt from this chest. Get rid of these 2 blocks here that we were using for the stairs. And then place 1 shear into each dispenser. And at this point, you can just wait for them to eat the grass blocks underneath them. Or you can shear them yourself, whichever one you would prefer. I'm just going to shear them myself now to show you that the collection system works. We're going to cut your wool. We're going to cut your wool. Yours. And then finally yours. And I think I took it out of this dispenser. There we go. And now if you look in the chest here, you're going to find wool of all 4 different colors. And the way this works is that as soon as a sheep eats the grass, the block state changes, the observer notices that, there we go, just like that. That yellow one there ate the grass, so it fired the shears at him, and there you go. 3 more yellow wool. And that is the automatic wool farm. And there we have it, 3 micro farms that you can easily build. Hope you've enjoyed this, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.